Hello everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Jovita Ume, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you guys how I made this BUBU kaftan with a stylish V neckline and this shape design at the center front. This tie comes in different designs and shapes. I will also share how I made the invisible pocket and the turn-up sleeve. So if you are interested, you definitely need to keep on watching, hit the subscribe button, and let's get started. The measurements and the materials needed for this style is on your screen. Guys, for this dress, I'm going to be making use of this 2.5 yards of Ankara fabric and then this 1 yard of black sweat fabric for the neckline area, the shape design, and the turn-up sleeve. So I will go ahead and fold the Ankara fabric into 4. But first, you need to fold it into 2 equal halves. Then fold it again to achieve the fold into 4 because we will be cutting the front and the back together. The center front and back is going to be this part that doesn't have any opening. So first, I will use my tape and come down by 1 inch for the neck depth and then mark it out like this. I will place my tape this way and go in by 3 inches for the wideness of the neck and also mark it out. For now, I will use the same neckline for both the front and back. Later, we adjust the front. So I will get my curve, use it to connect and curve the neckline. Next, I will place my tape from the center, go in by half of my shoulder measurement and mark it out. From the shoulder measurement that I got, I am just going to determine how long I want the sleeve to be. So I marked it at 11 inches. You can decide to make yours shorter or longer. I will come down by 1 inch here for the shoulder slope. It's not compulsory. Then I will get my ruler and mark the shoulder line from the neckline down to the sleeve length. Next, from the shoulder here, I am going to come down by 10 inches for the armhole depth. You can make your armhole 9 inches if you are small size. So next, I will place my tape on the shoulder line and I will come down by 22 inches for the hip line. The hip line I'm working with is 22 inches. Still on the hip line here, I am going to mark out quarter of my hip measurement. The hip measurement I am working with is 48 inches. Divided by 4 will give 12 inches. I will mark it and add extra 3 or 4 or 2 inches depending on how free you want yours to be. If you want it bigger, you can add more, but for me, I added 3 inches and I marked it out. I will come up to the bust region and repeat the same thing, then connect from the armhole to the hip line. You can decide to use your pattern curve and curve it like this. After that, I will use my ruler and connect from the shoulder to the armhole to form our round sleeve. Then I'll keep connecting from the armhole all the way down to the hip line with my free hand. Then from the shoulder again, I will go ahead and measure all the way to how long I want this dress to be. So for this dress on your screen, the length is 38 inches. But for this very one I am working with, the person wants it below her knee length. I marked it at 45 inches plus extra 2 inches for seam and hem allowance. That will give like 47 inches. So I marked it out. Still on the hemline, I marked out the same measurement I used on my hip line so as to get a straight line from the line coming from the armhole down to the hemline. I will use my ruler and connect and mark the straight line like this. Guys, for the inner or invisible pocket, I will place my tape from the shoulder and mark out the half length. Then from the half length, I will come down by 7 inches like this and mark it out. Then go ahead and draw this shape for my invisible pocket. If your material is enough, you can go ahead and cut the invisible pocket together with your dress. Next, I will get my scissors and cut through the lines that I have here. So getting down to this pocket side, if your material is enough, you can go ahead and cut it together with the pocket. But for me, I want to make out scarf from this material, so I will cut off the pocket to attach it separately. Just keep watching. I am done cutting, guys. So after cutting the scarf, from the pieces left, I got those pieces. 2 for the left pocket and 2 for the right pocket. That's a total of 4 pieces. Make sure the right sides are facing each other. So I will measure it like this to make sure it's like 7 or 8 inches for the opening. Then I will use my chalk to make a good pocket shape like this. After that, I will go ahead and cut through the lines. So this is how it's going to be, guys. This is the front and back pieces cut together, as you can see. I will just pick one of them to use as the front because the neckline for the front needs to be a little bit different from what the back is. The back is a high neckline, so I am going to be changing this neckline to fit to what I want the front to look like. So now from the shoulder here, I am going to come down by 10 inches for the front neck depth. I will mark it out, then place my tape like this and go in by 1 inch. So from this point, I will use my ruler and connect something looking like a V neckline all the way to where my neck width already is on the round neckline from the back. Then I will use my scissors to cut it out. Next, I will open it up like this, and this is what the front neckline is looking like right now. It's a V-neck, but not totally V. It's a different type of V. Next, I will get the back piece, place it on it, right sides facing each other like this. I will take it to my sewing machine and make a stitch here and here, thereby joining the shoulders. Here is the sweat for the front design. This white stuff is gum stay. I used it to make a kind of hexagon shape like this first because I will still have to iron a gum stay to the sweat before sewing it to the dress. Cut out any shape you like. For the measurements, just make sure it doesn't pass your hip line after cutting it out. I spread the sweat fabric on my table like this, placed the shape on it, and started tracing. I used it to cut out the shape I want on the fabric. I am ironing a gum stay to this fabric because it's stretchy. So if you are using a cotton fabric or a non-stretchy fabric for yours, you can just cut out your shape without adding a gum stay. But for me, I really need to use the gum stay for this sweat so that it won't stress me while sewing it to the Ankara fabric. So after cutting it out, I will go ahead and iron it together. I will also cut out these two pieces for the turn-up sleeve and iron them together. Don't worry, just keep watching. I will show you guys the measurements along the line. Guys, I'm done stitching the shoulders and this is what it looks like. I will open it up very well like this, and the next thing I'm going to do is to place the collar on the neckline. And to do that, from this edge of the front neckline, not from the center please, from this edge, I am going to go ahead and measure all the way around until I get to the other edge of the neckline. What I got was about 29 inches, and this is what I have cut out for my collar. As you can see, I have iron gum stay to it, and it's about 5 inches wide. You can make yours wider or smaller. And then for the length, I have something that is more than 29 inches because what I need for this neckline is 29 inches and I don't want to take chances. So what I'm going to do is to fold it like this. Let me turn to the right side of the fabric first. So just fold it like this, then place it here. Feel free to iron it folded, or you can hold it with pin. So I'm going to place it on this part of the neckline just like this, and then pin it all the way around the neckline until I get to the other end as well. So when I get there, if there is any excess on the neckline from the collar, I will just cut it off. Please don't mind me guys, I decided to reduce the wideness of my collar to 4 inches like this. I didn't want it to be too big, so I measured out 4 inches with my chalk and tape, and then I cut off the remaining 1 yard. I like the size now. I will fold it and pin it all around the neckline. I am done pinning it around the neck. I will just go over and stitch it down. Guys, I'm done stitching it down, removing the pins and ironing it. And as you can see, it has a kind of covering around here. This is our hexagon shape for the front design. I have ironed the gum stay to it. For the dimension, you can use 15 inches by 15 inches like this. I didn't have any particular measurement for mine. I just made sure that it won't get to my hip line. Here is the one I used for this particular one. I just used my chalk to draw the shape I wanted, then placed my tape and measured like 13 inches here. Then for the smaller sides, I used 7 inches like this and marked it out. I moved to this other side and marked another 7 inches. Then here I marked 10 inches, here 7 inches, and lastly here I marked 7 inches too. After the markings, I cut out the shape. You can decide to make your circle, square, octagon, or any shape at all. Just play around with it. So you can decide to place it this way, or you can decide to place it this way. Just play around with it. Anyhow you want to do it, just do it. You can even decide to fix it at the middle, left, or the right. So I decided to place it like this. Fold it like half or 1 inch and then use your hem gun to hold it, or you can secure with your office pin first. Fold it all round and pin it down. After pinning it down, I will take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down. After that, next I will open it up like this. So guys, this is what I have for the turn up sleeve. It's 2 for the 2 sleeves. As you can see, I have iron gum stay to the 2 as well because the sweat is stretchy and I don't need it. So to determine the length, first I will measure the round sleeve like this. I got like 19 inches, so I will measure and use 19 inches for the length and then 5 inches for the wideness. To sew it, I will turn to the wrong side of the dress like this, get the turn up and fold it like this. You can iron it on fold, or you can pin it down with your pin. Then place it like this and stitch through where my index finger is directing. I will stitch and show you guys. So guys, I am done stitching and this is what it looks like. For the turn up sleeve, I will place it like this and fold it in to the right side of the fabric like this. Arrange it the way I am doing in the video. Then take it over and double stitch the center and the 2 sides firmly. I have double stitched the center and sides, and this is what a turn up sleeve looks like. Let me fold the dress well so you see it. It's very fine and neat. As you can see, I have also done the same thing to this second sleeve and it's giving everything it should give and more. This is the wrong side of the fabric, and as you can see, my stitches are very neat. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to fix and sew the invisible or inner pocket. Here is the 4 pieces, 2 for this side and 2 for this other side. So I will mark out the half length, and from the mark I will come down by 7 or 8 inches like this, then get my pocket. Now I will separate the 2 and open it up like this and join one side of the pocket to the front piece like this. Right sides facing right side, please. Then I'm going to stitch down where my index finger is directing, which is the 7 inches we marked earlier. After that, I will get the second one and join it to the back piece like this and stitch it down as well. After that, I will join the 2 pockets like this and then stitch the edges alongside while coupling the dress, like from the armhole like this. Getting to the half length mark, I will double stitch, then shift in and continue sewing through the edge of the pocket. Getting to the 7 inches we marked like this, I will double stitch again and then sew it all through down to the hemline. I will shift this other side and repeat the same thing. Mark out your half length, mark out the 7 inches, place one pocket to the front piece and join. Join the second pocket to the back piece too. Then stitch all the way from the armhole down to the hemline. I will make my first stitch for the coupling and show you guys. Guys, I'm done stitching and this is what I have. Our BUBU dress is almost ready. From the neckline to the turn up sleeve and to the center front design, everything is neatly stitched. I have made my first stitch for the 2 sides together like this and it's looking neat as usual. Next, I will fold the edge of our dress with the hem allowance we added while cutting. I will turn to the wrong side of the dress and do the final stitching. I am doing it like this because I want to weave this dress. It will help cover my stitches. So I will turn to the wrong side of this dress and do the final stitching, which is going to cover my stitches automatically. So I will lock my stitch by stitching from here all the way to the hemline. I will come to this other side and repeat the same thing by stitching from here all the way down to the hemline. Please do not forget to hem your dress. I am done stitching and this is the wrong side of the fabric, and as you can see, no rough stitch or thread is showing because of the neat finishing. This is the right side and this dress is giving everything it should give with plenty neatness. So you can decide to make it short like this very one on your screen, or you can decide to make it long or 3/4, your choice. Anyhow you want it. Guys, please give this video a thumbs up if this was helpful. Subscribe to this channel and on your notification bell. Please drop a nice comment and share this video with your friends. Click on this link here to join our Facebook group, or you can check the description box and join from there. These are our social media pages. I will drop the link in the description box so you guys will follow us there. Please click on the small picture to subscribe now. Thank you guys so much for watching till now. See you guys in my next video. Bye.